Hey everyone, today I'm going to go over the changes to the talent and glyph systems in Cataclysm. First, let's look at talents. At level 10, you'll get to choose a spec, and when you do, you'll immediately be given a core active ability and a few passive abilities for that spec. This is one of my favorite changes in Cata because it lets you actually play as the spec you want to pretty much immediately. In earlier versions of the game, you put your one talent point into protection, for example, as a pally at level 10, and you get 3% more strength. That's it. You aren't going to start feeling like a prop value for about 30 more levels. In Kata though, right at level 10, you're going to get Avenger's Shield, Touched by the Light, Judgments of the Wise, and Vengeance. These abilities have a huge impact immediately, and you'll already feel like you're an entry level prop pally. You'll see Mastery listed here, but you won't actually get that until level 80. Mastery is a new stat that gives a unique bonus based on spec. Some Paladin examples are Proc gets Block Chance, Ret gets bonus holy damage to some of their attacks, and Holy puts an Absorb shield on the target based on their heal. Once you've picked up your spec, you'll notice the talent trees have shrunk quite a bit. They've been changed from 51 point trees in Wrath to 31 point trees again like in Vanilla. Most of this change was just removing bloat, getting rid of talents that had boring effects like 1% crit or 1% parry. Each talent point you spend now is much more impactful, since the talents are better and also cap out at only 1 to 3 points. There are no longer any talents that require 5 points to max out. You'll get a talent point at level 10, and every odd numbered level after that, and 1 point for every level from 81 to 85 for 41 total talent points. You must put 31 points into your main tree before you can start putting points in a second tree. So you'll have 10 points at most left to put in secondary trees. Typically, the first two tiers of a talent tree will be a bit more bland and similar to some of the old talents because other specs have access to them. Once you get to the third tier and beyond, the talents start to get really good since they're now spec specific. Every spec has some new talents, and some old talents get removed, merged with other talents, or moved to a different tree. Now let's look at glyphs. The glyph scrolls will now permanently teach you the glyph instead of having to use one every time you want to swap a glyph. You'll have a list showing you all the ones you've learned in color, and the ones you don't know yet will be grayed out. To swap glyphs, you'll need Vanishing Powder if you're level 80 or below, or Dust of Disappearance if you're above level 80. Vanishing Powder can be bought from reagent vendors, and Dust of Disappearance can either be bought from inscription vendors or crafted by scribes. Just click the glyph you want to swap to, and then click the one you want to replace, and click Yes. Many old glyphs have been changed, and there are a bunch of new ones too. You'll notice there's also a third type of glyph now called Prime Glyphs. These are typically damage or healing increases for your main abilities. Major glyphs occasionally have direct damage or healing increases, but the bulk of them are for utility. These are the glyphs you'll switch more frequently. Minor glyphs just give some nice quality of life stuff still. That should be everything you need to know about the new talent and glyph systems. If you want to support me, you can help me out by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.